All right, guys, today we're going to do solving quadratic equations in quadratic form. Yesterday we just solved plain old quadratics, which was awesome. But today we're going to solve different equations with the same techniques that look like they're quadratic, but not really quadratic. But you can use the same techniques, so hopefully it's not too bad. Here we go. All right, so like this one, for example, it says x to the fourth minus 5x squared plus 4. Now, quadratic form basically means this. It always means that your middle exponent is half of your first one. And it looks like a quadratic equation, except the exponents aren't quite 2 and 1. So what we're going to do, which your book teaches, which is a good strategy, is I'm going to let I'm always going to use u equal whatever the middle variable is. I'm going to let u equal x squared. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a u, replace it with a u. But remember, u is x squared. So beside the 5, I'm going to put 5u because u is x squared. Now, the first term is x to the fourth, which is the square of x squared. So I'm going to put u squared there because x to the fourth is x squared squared, and u is x squared. So once you do that, we're going to factor like we always do. Factors of 4 that will give me 5, or 4 and 1. So get these two solutions. I get 4 and 1, but that's what u equals. And remember, I'm not trying to solve for u, I'm trying to solve for x. So I'm just going to substitute the x right back in where the u is. So I'm going to say x squared is 4, and x squared is negative 1. Take the square root of each side, you get plus or minus 2, plus or minus 1, and that's it. So really, we're just adding that first step to what we did yesterday and then substituting the x squared back in at the end and being done with it. So not bad at all. Let's take another one here, a little bit different form, but still quadratic form, has different looking exponents. Still going to do the same way. I'm still going u is the middle variable, x to the 1/3, and I'm going to put a u in everywhere I see an x, and because it's quadratic form, it's always going to be u squared in the front. It's going to be 2u there, minus 3 equals 0. And I'm just going to factor. I need factors of negative 3 that will give me 2, which is negative 3 and positive 1. So my solutions for u were 3 and negative 1, but that's not what I want. I want my x. So I'm going to take the u back out, put the x back in. U to the 1/3 is 3. U to the 1/3 is negative 1. Now the way you solve that is I need to, remember, 1/3 power really means cube root. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to raise both sides to the reciprocal power. And over here, what's going to happen is they cancel. 3 cubed is 27. Same thing over here. If I raise it to the third power, over here it cancels. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1. And there's your two solutions. All right. Again, not bad at all. Same thing. The first step's different, and you got to do one extra thing at the end. Other than that, it's just solving quadratics again. All right, two more. I'm going to show you one of everything you're going to see. This one is supposed to be a square root of x right there. Forgot that. So x minus 3 on the square root of x minus 4. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say u equals the middle variable, which is square root of x. And I'm going to put the u's in for the x's. It's always u squared because x, that first term, is, if you square the square root, you get that. So it is u squared minus 3u minus 4 equals 0. Factor, like always, u minus 4, u plus 1. So my two answers for u are 4 and negative 1. Now that's what u is. I don't care what u is. I need the x. So I'm going to substitute the x back in here. So I'm going to say the square root of x is 4, and the square root of x is negative 1. You got to be careful here, because if you're not careful, you're going to put the wrong answer accidentally. And here's what happens. To get the x by itself, I'm going to square both sides. So I'm going to get x equals 16 on this one. Now this one you got to look at. We can't take the square root of anything and get a negative 1. So I'm not going to get any solution out of there. I'm just going to mark it out. But what I was saying is if you did square both sides, you would put positive 1. But what happened if you try to put positive 1 back in there, it would not work. All right, so watch for that when you're doing the square roots. Square roots have to equal a positive number. Okay, one more. All right, this looks like a little bigger, but it's still a quadratic. If you can see the exponents there. The middle exponent is half the first. So I'm going to use u again. Let's say u is 2x minus 3. And I'm going to plug the u in everywhere I see a 2x minus 3. So it's going to be u squared. 5 times u plus 6 is 0. Factor it. You can factor this with a minus 3 and a minus 2, which gives you these two answers for u, 3 and 2. Now, that's u. We don't care about u. I need the x up here, so I'm going to say 2x minus 3 is 3, and 2x minus 3 is 2. And just solve that. Smooth the 3 over. 2x is 6, so that's one answer. Over here, move the 3 over, 2x is 5, so x is also going to be 5 halves. And there it is. All right, and that's all we're doing. Just wanted to extend what we did yesterday a little bit to some quadratic form equations, not just straight up quadratic. So hope that helped. Hope you got it. We'll go over tomorrow. See you then.